Joining right now, back on the show, is UFC light heavyweight Sam Alvey. What's going on, Sam?
Hello, my friend. Thanks for having me back on.
No doubt, no doubt. The first thing I want to get into is this bottle cap challenge. Are we gonna see something from you this week, or what? What's going on with that?
Uh, I just found out about that thing like an hour ago. So maybe I don't know how I do. I just film it on my phone. I don't know how they're doing the slow motion.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think you just film it, and then I think on the iPhone they have an option on the video part, on the
Oh,
video
really?
camera part. So I guess that's how they're doing it. But I'm just wondering
Okay.
how many times are they filming it until they get that thing perfect?
Well, you know what? I probably will do it, and I'm gonna film it one time, whether it works or not. You're getting one shot.
All right, well, I'll expect that from you. Recently I saw you working with Rafael Lovato Jr. before his fight against Gegard Mousasi in London. You know, he went in there, he was the underdog, and he won a 5-round grueling fight. How did that all come together? You going out there and helping him?
Well, my gym, Dan Henderson's gym, we're a Lovato affiliate. Coach Joe Stevenson is the head coach of our gym, and we're a Lovato affiliate. So Rafael Sr. came to the gym, gave a seminar, and he met me, and we hit it off. We're very, very nice family, very good family. And he recommended me highly to his son. So when the fight camp came about, he asked if I'd come out and give him a hand, and of course, I mean, you only get to roll and work with a guy of that caliber of talent once in a great while.
Yeah, definitely. What did you think of his performance? You know, he gutted it out and won that last round.
He's got a heart of a lion. I mean, he there's no quit in him. He has done everything the right way his entire career in both jiu-jitsu and MMA. So it does not surprise me that when push came to shove, he dug down, dug deep, and got the win.
How has the Lovato system affected your overall ground game?
It's fantastic. I mean, it's been proven to work by Rafael Lovato Jr. and Senior for that matter, numerous times. He was the first American ever to win the Brazilian tournament, um, and it was just it's really improved my game. Just having the confidence of knowing that what he's showing is, it is the right technique.
Let's get into your next fight coming up: UFC San Antonio versus Klidson Abreu. What is your breakdown of him and the type of fight he will bring to you?
He's a stud. He's got big hands. He's a big dude. Good jujitsu. He doesn't have a lot of flaws. He fought once in the UFC already, but he took that on short notice, so he missed weight a little bit. It came out a little flat. But if you watch all the fights and titles he's won before that, the man's a stud, and I'm really going to be lucky to share an octagon with him.
How does it feel to be fighting back on home soil, you know, after 2 trips overseas?
Yeah, this is the closest to home I've ever fought, at least in the UFC. I'm a guy. I mean, this will be my 18th fight with the UFC. I believe like 12 or 14 of them have been overseas or over borders. Um, so I really am lucky to get to travel so much. But I'm really looking forward to that hometown advantage against the Brazilian. Um, the crowd's going to be in my corner 100%. Before I win, after I win, and during I win, during my win.
Are you having the whole family go out there since it's so close to home?
They all come to every fight. I know they missed Australia, but they'll all be there.
This is your first time fighting in Texas, you know. Have you always, you know, dreamed of fighting in Texas?
Everyone dreams of fighting in Texas. One, no state income tax, so that's a big reason to fight there. But then two, I mean, it's Texas. It's where Americans are born. Uh, so this is going to be. I mean, I bleed red, white, and blue, and I'm going to get to show. Well, hopefully, I don't show it too much, but I'm going to get to show it at fight night.
All right. Well, it seems like you've been spending some time in Vegas recently. Have you been splitting your training camp there?
No, I just had 2 days out there. I had some amateurs fighting on the world's largest amateur card, and so I went out there for a couple days to use the UFC PI and corner my guys.
What exactly did you utilize at the PI? There's so many things there, so it's like an alien ship.
Uh, I used whatever they'll let me use. The best part of it was Brad Tavares was there, and we've met a couple times, worked out a couple times, but we got to share a workout out there, and that was a lot of fun going with someone as classy and talented as he is.
How does it feel to actually have a training camp, leading up to your next fight?
Yeah, it's unique, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love the short notice fights, but they've kind of bit me in the ass a time or two. Uh, so this feels good. I got to plan my whole camp. My diet was perfect. My coaching was perfect. I had training partners every day. It's been a really good camp. I'm very excited to go out there and show what I've got. Nervous too. You get nervous because now I don't have any excuses. Now I can't say, well, I only had 4 weeks or I only had 10 days. Now I had a good camp. I had good coaches, good training partners, good everything, and it's on me to go out there and prove it and show it.
Has it been business as usual, with your training camp, or have you incorporated any, new training methods?
No, business as usual. It works for me. I've got a pretty decent record, a lot of wins, a lot of fights, and the way I train, the way I work works. Um, Shoot, it's Dan Henderson and Lovato approved.
Have you been working with anybody to emulate Abreu?
Uh, yeah, the Italian Dream. I've gotten a couple sparring days in with him. Dom Reyes, I'm working with him. And actually, one of my best training partners is a heavyweight, Jared Bandera. He's a heavyweight, so he's bigger than me. And he's been helping me probably more than anyone.
Okay, another addition to this. I know you've made an addition to actually recently to your camp, which is Dominique, a hypnotist in Vegas. I've talked to him before. He's worked with a bunch of fighters, and actually had a session with him one time. Why did you decide to seek his expertise?
Yeah, Dominique. He's just the fighters he's worked with. I've seen a real change in them. A before and after kind of photo. I've seen a before how he fights and an after how he fights. And you can't argue with success, and he's had some real success. So I'm really enjoying my sessions with him, and it's going to be a really enjoyable camp or finish to my camp with him.
What kind of effects have you seen or felt in yourself after working with Dominique?
It's all in the subconscious. So even if I didn't see it, it's still doing its magic. Yeah, I'll really get to see it when I get my hand raised on the 20th.
Well, this is your second time, having back-to-back losses in the UFC. Do you feel any kind of pressure heading into this fight, or is it just like, business as usual, like most people say?
It's business as usual. Every fight's just as important as the one before. I'm down two garbage decision or garbage stoppages, but I'm really over that. I'm on to the next thing. My next fight is going to happen, and I'm just looking forward to that. I get to share the octagon with another world-class athlete.
All right. Well, one last thing before I let you go. A former opponent of yours, when you used to compete at middleweight, Elias Theodora, he was cut from the UFC. You guys are kind of on the opposite spectrums of fighting styles. And what was your reaction when you saw him, get cut after one loss?
I felt bad for him. I like him, and maybe I shouldn't feel bad. Maybe it's what he wanted. Maybe he wanted to go test the waters elsewhere. But I can't necessarily say I'm surprised. I know he's a real talent, and so I'm sure he wants to get paid like a real talent. But he doesn't necessarily always get the finishes, or really ever get the finishes. So I wasn't terribly surprised, but I'm sure he's going to land on his feet because he really is a talent. I think he was 8 wins and 2 losses in his UFC stint. So he's had a pretty impressive career.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, man. July 20th, UFC on ESPN 4, San Antonio, Texas. Sam, I always appreciate the time, and good luck on everything in your future.
Thank you so much, sir, and we'll talk again.